Hello, this is a comparison video between the Pelikan M805 in the Blue Dunes finish to the Pilot Custom M823 in the Amber finish. Let's get into the comparison. So this has a stiff clip, pretty stiff, and on the band it says Custom M823 has 3 stars, which has lacquer in them. It's Pilot made in Japan. This is a vacuum filler, so you can see the rod, you can see the ink. It's like semi-transparent. And this has the Pelikan clip, which is also a little bit stiff, but they're both practical. Pelikan, the logo, Pelikan logo right there. On the band it says Pelikan, Sovereign, Germany. You have this is a piston converter, so you have the piston knob, and in the right light you can see the ink capacity inside this as well, but during this light it's really hard to see. Now in terms of the nib and the nib section, have pretty much the same nib size. This is a 14 karat gold nib in the fine. This is an 18 karat gold nib in the fine. This is a gold tone. This is a silver tone. I think, yeah. Then this nib section, this flares out a little bit more than this, but they're both very comfortable to hold, and the ridges are not sharp at all, so you can't go wrong with that. And they're both can be posted. They're both very lightweight because of the resin, so you can post both of these with no problem. And yeah, they're both balanced even when posted for long writing sessions. It's great. So is this. Oops. They're both great for long writing sessions. Now, let's get into just the mechanisms. So this is a piston converter, so it holds a lot of ink as well. And I go more in detail in my review of this pen, how a piston works. But yeah, this holds a lot of ink, and this is a vacuum filler, which holds a lot more ink than this. But one of the cons is that this is way harder to clean than this, because with Pelikan, you can take out the nib section, so you can easily clean the piston and just clean this up way faster than you would with this, because you can't really take out this nib. Well, and you can't really like unscrew everything is against the warranty, so it's hard to clean. So you have to actually like keep on using the vacuum up and down to clean this ink capacity, whereas with the Pelikan M805 it's way easier, which is why I like this is one of the better, like one of the pros of this. Now when it comes to just overall what I like and what I don't like about both of these, the writing experience, this is a softer nib, but it is not as smooth as this. Soft nib, but it is smooth, but it is not as buttery smooth as this, which is rigid, but it's smoother and has some feedback to just let you know that you're writing. But yeah, and this is kind of like on the drier side for a pen, where this is more on the wetter side. It's not a gusher either, so it's in the balance between them. And one of the biggest difference is, to me, is just clean the pen, which is a big deal for me, because I don't like cleaning the Pilot Custom M823. I mean, that's why I had this ink for like 2 months now, which I should be cleaning up soon. But it's just a pain to clean because of how it's made. So you can't really take this thing out like this, which would make it so much more easier. So I like the Pelikan M805 a lot more because of how fast it is to clean it. Now when it comes to prices, I paid about $250 for this brand new. I paid about $340 for this brand new. So they're both expensive pens. This was like about close to $100 more expensive, but they're both very high quality, even though they're made out of resin, so you can't go wrong with either of them. If you buy them pre-owned, I think you can get them under way cheaper as well, so I think they're worth it. And it just comes down to preference in terms of what kind of writing experience you want, and do you want a pen with a lot of ink capacity, but then it's way harder to clean? Whereas with this, it's still a lot of ink capacity, but it's way more easier to clean, and it's more smoother, but it's less rigid. It's rigid. Whereas with this, it's a lot softer than this, and it is as smooth. Not as it's like it is a smooth pen, but it's not as smooth as the Pelikan M805. It has way more ink capacity because of the vacuum filler. But yeah, that's one of the bigger differences. Now let's get into the writing sample. Let's get into the writing sample of M805 and Custom 823. I'll start with the Custom 823. Oops. They're both fine nibs. This is soft. This is more soft than the Pelikan. The ink is Pilot Blue. It's the same ink the retail US boxes come in when you buy this brand new. This is very soft and it's smooth. Both pens are smooth, but this is more soft. That's basically the main difference. There's not much line variation. Keep in mind this is Japanese fine, so it's more fine than the Pelikan. And in terms of wetness, it is pretty dry because it's fine nib. The broad nibs are not as dry as this for obvious reasons. Now let's get into the M805. This is way more wet, as you can see. This is a fine nib, but when you compare the fine nib of this and this feels like a broad in terms of pilot nibs. That's what happens between Western and Japanese nibs. Ink is Organic Brown by Caran d'Ache. In terms of, so yeah, this is very smooth as well. This is soft as well, but it's not as soft as the Pelikan M823. But this is more smoother, in my opinion, than the Pelikan M823, whereas the Pelikan M823 is more softer. And this is on the wetter side, but it's not a gusher. There's some line variation, but not much. This is a fine nib. But yeah, this is very smooth. It's a rigid nib compared to the M1000 or M1005, but it is very smooth. It's smoother than the Pelikan M823, but it's not as soft. That's one of the major differences. So if you want, they're both resin, so when you want to write for a long time, both of them are great. They both have a lot of great ink capacity. So it just comes down to preference. If you want a softer nib, go with the Pelikan M823. If you want a buttery smooth nib, M805. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day.